There are many lies in the world, many deceitful ass things that we have seen, but this one might just take the cake. But before we actually get into that topic, honestly, there's just a lot of things about One Punch Man that absolutely makes no damn sense. I'm not necessarily gonna lie. Like, number one, the property damage has to be literally insane. I mean, you mean to tell me that a hero gotta save the day and F up your house while doing it? Like, it ain't no stranger thing that this happens commonly, and I do mean commonly, in many different media and different places where it has powers and stuff like that. Oh, to save a city, we gotta blow up the half of the damn city or something like that. That ain't nothing new. We've seen it in plenty of different types of shows. Different characters use this in different ways. Goku ain't no stranger to it too. Even throwing Majin Buu into a whole ass skyscraper and just killing a whole bunch of people. Which, granted, Goku was never really a hero anyway. But to be perfectly honest, like, damn, you didn't have to do it like that. And sure, you could probably bring him back with the Dragon Balls, but I'm pretty sure you can't save people from their tax problems. Now, are you, Goku? One Punch Man just goes a step further with it, and it's to the point of straight up insanity. Going back to Dragon Ball just a little bit, recently they've been taking care of their planet, honestly, and taking care of their cities and all this type of stuff. There hasn't really been too many disturbances in cities, right? Especially in Super, because the only time that something big kind of happened was when Frieza came back and blew up the damn Earth, and that was the only time, because Broly didn't do shit, Beerus didn't do shit, like, plenty of people didn't do shit during the Tournament of Power, because of course they didn't, because they are on a whole different plane of existence. So really, they haven't really done any kind of crazy damage in a city for like a while now, honestly. Probably since Dragon Ball Z, honestly. And when it comes down to things, even when they were trying to fight in a city, Goku would usually take them out of the city because he doesn't want to be bothered with, destroying people's lives and all this type of stuff, which, consider on his part, but at the same time, does he really give a damn? I don't think so. But One Punch Man? Nah. One Punch Man says, nah, you in the way and there's a villain right there. I don't care if the villain is a child. I don't care if the villain just throws around candy at people that is poisonous. We're gonna make some damn property damage happen. And that's literally how it be though. Like, literally, half the fights in One Punch Man don't even need all this damn property damage, yet they have it anyway. And it's like, for what? They trying to save, they call themselves heroes, all these different classes of heroes or whatever, but they keep killing a whole bunch of people while they trying to supposedly save lives and all this nonsense. Bitch, how many people are even left on that planet? Like, that whole planet has gone through some shit, I ain't gonna necessarily lie. And the fact that there's people still on that planet, I'm starting to wonder if the humans more durable than the freaking heroes are, honestly, because they just be surviving a whole bunch of nonsense. But you know how this shit really could have just been easily handled and easily be dealt with by a lot of times, honestly? Saitama, man is literally known as One Punch Man. Man can solve a problem in one punch, yet he chooses not to a lot of the damn time. And it's like, why though? Now granted, I am not a One Punch Man person. Like, I do not necessarily watch a lot of One Punch Man material. I'm not even that deep of a fan. I just like Tatsumaki, and that's about it. But when it comes to when it comes down to things, I know certain things about the story. I know certain little tidbits about it, even though I don't really keep up with it. But when it comes down to things, you mean to tell me this man is just a hero for fun, and that's it? So this man is so selfish as hell. Basically up there on the upper echelon with Goku, honestly. Man just like, oh, you know what? As long as it's not an inconvenience to me, I don't really care. Man could have literally demon people coming through, whipping and just beating the shit out of human society, owning them as slaves. And as long as Saitama doesn't see it as an inconvenience, that's how it is. Like, excuse you? Like, that doesn't make any type of sense. Man could have demon emperors coming through, McDonald's start paying all the women that exist there, killing the men, and not even sparing the children, but the moment that cabbage go on sale and it's not getting the proper discounts that it should, that's when this man want to go off. What the hell kind of hero is this? The only reason why it probably would never ever get to that point is because this man has friends. Like, literally, if it wasn't for like people like Genos and maybe King and other people too that he probably is close with, that he know probably wouldn't stand for something like this, then that's the only time we have to chime in because he gotta say the ass. That's about the only time that would happen. But other than that, if it's just an inconvenience to him, that's the only way he'll chime in, which is some nonsense. One Punch Man is selfish as hell, and we should all realize that. But I ain't gonna necessarily lie, I'll give One Punch Man a little bit of a cut and a break, right? I'll give him a little bit, because humanistically, we're all selfish. Is that a word? I don't necessarily know, but honestly, we are all selfish in one way or another. We just want to be happy and have our own damn freedom. I cannot say the same thing for Tatsumaki's vagina, because apparently she wears panties now.
That's some bullshit.
Which, I'm gonna be very, very honest with you. This has been the main talking point of the entire thing, of the entire chapter recently. I do not necessarily think this is just some panties. This is a gag. This is a whole joke. I'm not necessarily gonna lie. This is just censorship at work, even though there could have been a better way to censor it, like maybe have King's face just blocking the view and then King saw all the good stuff while we can't see shit, even though that will piss me off even more. But still, nonetheless, when it comes down to things, Tatsumaki apparently wears panties, even though we've seen multiple times, even if you're not a fan of One Punch Man, you would know, multiple times, there hardly is ever, if any pictures or ever in official media has there really been any moment where Tatsumaki wears underwear or wears panties or anything underneath that skin tight ass cut up Fisher Price ass shirt suit thing that she got. And I know somebody's gonna be like, well, what if their underwear were just really well hidden? Bitch! The only possible way that she's wearing underwear to cover herself up with anything is if she was wearing a band-aid. That's literally the only possible way that she's covering herself in some shape and form. Which, let's be honest, she is probably not doing that. And to be perfectly honest too, every single multiple shot of official artwork when it comes to Tatsumaki in this normal, serious looking form, she never has anything showing there. There's been multiple occasions where the camera has gotten a lot close up on that, or at least in different angles where it shows in multiple different ways that she is not wearing anything underneath. This is just probably a censorship way because, of course, Shonen probably would allow this and probably could allow something a little bit lewd in this situation, but to be perfectly honest, just to keep, I guess, Tatsumaki serious in that moment and not to ruin anything, I guess basically they just went out their way to just, you know, show that it's just some plain ass white pair of panties, even though again it doesn't make any type of sense, mainly because look at it, it's literally plain and white. Does Tatsumaki ever wear anything like that? I highly doubt it. And let's say it actually is true that she does wear white panties. Do you not know how thin them shits is? Do you not know how thin as hell they have to be just to make this whole idea work? So to be perfectly honest, no, she's not wearing panties. It's just for that little chibi porn that she does. Other than that, she's wearing nothing else. That's basically kind of how it is. Just a black thing, and that's basically it. And at this point, it's been done so much to the point where she's not wearing anything underneath her clothes, to the point even if the creator would have come through and say, well, she's always been wearing something underneath, it's not necessarily something that's viable or something that we can actually believe, considering the fact that many different times of the damn manga, the damn anime, every other thing that you want to point out, she's not wearing anything, or at least it doesn't look like it. Even if you are the most skimpiest of character, even if you're wearing the most skimpiest of clothing, you would still have some way of identifying a piece of cloth underneath all that, you know? So worry not, people that just like to lewd Tatsumaki just like me. When it comes down to things, this is just probably just a censorship thing or just a gag moment. That's basically it. Because if it was anything super serious, they would have kept it in her super serious art style. And honestly, it would have been like a well-detailed thing that we would have already seen before. But it's just not, honestly. And that's just how it is for this little moment. Even though they could have, again, literally had King's face block out the view and just made it even more better. But still, nonetheless, and have the like environment censor it instead of just having, you know, something that's obviously not there and just there for a gag moment. But you know, it is what it is at this point. It doesn't necessarily matter. I just find it funny that people are just honestly are just done with One Punch Man because she has panties now. That I find that absolutely hilarious because we know damn well ain't no possible way this chick is wearing that. Ain't no possible way. There is no explanation unless they're just invisible panties, which that doesn't even solve the purpose of this entire thing. So who the hell knows?